Okay.
I'm sorry, Brandon.
Wow.
All right. Look.
Wow.
Look. The Phoenix Suns, congratulations. They had a terrific year. Monty Williams, he was my vote for Coach of the Year. I do think he'll win it. It's well-deserved. Chris Paul, I had him third in my MVP race. He'll finish in the top 5, I think. Well-deserved. Devin Booker joined Chris Paul on one of my All-NBA teams. So, wonderful year for the Phoenix Suns. They've been a great franchise historically. It's great to have them back in the playoffs. But they are going home quick, fast, and in a hurry. Period. And the main thing, one of the main things is experience. Now, I'm assuming, of course, LeBron and AD play every game. If LeBron and AD play every game, there is no way Phoenix is beating them.
Don't give no disclaimers.
Booker, DeAndre Ayton. Well, yeah, okay, if LeBron gets hurt in game 1, doesn't play the rest of the series, sure, Phoenix could win.
We don't know.
Right?
That's been a story all year. That's been a story all year. We don't know what we're going to get from the Lakers.
I'll leave that caveat for you. Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, there is no way in their first ever playoff series they're going to stare LeBron and AD in the eyeballs and beat them? No, it's just not happening. It is not happening. And look, Chris Paul, as much as I just sang his praises, Chris Paul's had his issues in the playoffs too. Remember in 2017 against Utah, Game 7 in the first round?
He could be a two-time champion if he didn't pull his hamstrings.
Look, there's more than that. We remember Game 5. Russell Westbrook got him out of sorts, and Chris, just one of the clutch players of all, or at least of this era, just fell apart in the last minute. They lost that game in that series. 2017 against Utah in Game 7 had a great series and goes 6 for 19 for 13 points in Game 7. And you mentioned Houston when he was there. How about the next year? 2018, when Kevin Durant gets hurt, the series is tied at 2. Chris comes out in the pivotal Game 5. No KD, has 11 points, struggles from the field. So Chris has had issues in the playoffs too. So I'm sorry. They are not beating a LeBron James, Anthony
This is the number
Davis
2 seed in the West.
Team.
This is a real team. A lot of these other teams, we're talking about, this team is good, this team is good. They're 39-33. The Knicks is good. Well, look at the people that they beat. We want to talk highly of the Knicks. Come on, this is a really good team. They haven't made the playoffs in 10 years. Monty Williams, CP3, look what they have done in a shortened offseason. This is nothing shorter than magical. Come on, man. And then when you want to talk just pure basketball, because you guys get caught up in LeBron James, AD, they're going to win. The Suns going to win because what I've been seeing out of the Lakers, we're talking about a beat-up LeBron James. Now, look, what you said was right if LeBron James was healthy. LeBron James isn't healthy. Now, he can still impose his will on the game in other areas as far as, like, you saw him dropping dimes. You saw him getting other people involved. You saw him making big plays down the stretch. But we need LeBron James 5-6 games in a row being able to be dominant, and we can't. I don't know we're going to see that. He is banged up. That ankle is not 100%. And then you have AD. AD was 2 for 12 in the first half. And this is the same AD that we've been seeing since the bubble. So that's the reason why. And then when you want to look at the Phoenix Suns, Chris and Nick, here's the deal. It comes down to defense, and it comes down to being efficient with the ball. We know who they are on defense. They're a really good defense. The same defense that you saw the Warriors play, that's what you're going to get out of this team. And on the offensive side, the reason why the Warriors lost is because of turnovers. They don't turn the ball over. Right. CP3, we keep talking about being high basketball IQ. He's right up there with LeBron James. It's not even farther.
That's right. Then listen, well, I think almost everything Brandon said right as far as what the Suns do well.
That was cute.
And I'm going to say this. Here's where. Hold on. I want to give Brandon credit for something here. Because there are going to be a lot of people on television today that hedge. And what they do is they give Phoenix a ton of praise and then be like, I think they can give the Lakers a really tough series. I think it can go 7. but then at the end, they're going to pick the Lakers. And so Brandon said a few months ago he thought the Suns were legitimate championship threats, and he thought the Lakers were vulnerable, and he's sticking with it. I think the Suns are the second best team in the West. It's just unfortunate for them. They are playing the best team in the West. There are a couple things Chris said that I disagree with. One is that whether or not Devin Booker or DeAndre Ayton or Mikal Bridges are going to be able to stare LeBron in his eyeballs. Well, only eyeball, because the one I think he has a patch on at this point. I'm not sure he's going to be able to see out of it. So that's the first point. The second one is I think this is the toughest series the Lakers will play until the finals. I also think the Suns' rest plus what the Lakers just playing night before last gives the Suns a massive edge in Game 1, plus the fact that LeBron treats Game 1s of playoff series like preseason games. He's like just feeling it out, checking things, and then he readjusts. But Wilds, what gives me the ultimate confidence, even though I do not think LeBron is 100%, is a point you made yesterday. And you only made it once and was kind of glossed over, but I thought it was brilliant, which was once the second half of that game started against the Warriors, there were moments where LeBron was like, I can't get to the bucket, but I can still get layups for my teammates. And his ability to just kind of stand at the top of the key, tell guys where to go.
Direct everything.
Like, tell Kuzma, go there. Everyone can see him telling him go there. And then throw a pass in a window this big. He's absolutely going to be able to do that against the Suns. Because while the Suns, pardon me, are a good defensive team, they have no one to guard LeBron and then also guard other guys. They don't have a Draymond, and DeAndre Ayton's going to get lost a bit trying to protect the rim. So I think this is a 6-game series. I think Phoenix takes Game 1 and then takes Game 4 or 5, but I think the Lakers win it.
Yeah, it's funny about the LeBron style of play. That game against the Warriors was the first time I said, oh, I could see LeBron playing till he's 40. That style of play will work. I know we always think he's just going to kind of transition into a Klay Thompson, like, I'll just be a spot-up shooter, and I could see that happening. But him being like the slow, old guy at the YMCA who's just like giving you perfect bounce passes on like the Princeton offense, I think that will work. Hey, Broussard, I want to dig into the experience stuff that you were talking about, because I don't know how it manifests. Because I think in the playoff experience, it's certainly valid, but it's like usually those young teams are the road team. And it's odd that the young team is the 2 seed. So they'll have home court advantage throughout the playoffs. And then it's like, all right, well, they lack sort of like the pace of play changes. All right, well, Chris Paul's in charge of that, and he's got a ton of playoff experience. And then it's like, all right, there's a little je ne sais quoi, there's a little like toughness. Well, then you got Monty Williams and Jay Crowder, who has a ton of playoff experience. So how do you think playoff experience will actually manifest and hurt the Suns?
I'm not saying Devin Booker's going to shoot 30%, but I am saying he won't be the LeBron James. And look, the playoffs are completely different. Now, this might be the one thing that could help is that the arenas won't be completely full. But the atmosphere when it comes to the playoffs is totally different. The stakes are much higher, and that gets to guys. Brandon knows what I'm talking about. It is just a different atmosphere when this is the series, and you got to go home if you lose. And it's hard to explain, and Chris can talk to Devin, talk to DeAndre about it, and that'll help. But until they get out on that floor and play in the playoffs, they won't understand what it's like. I do agree with Nick that I think they're going down in 5. But their best chance of winning a game is in Game 1. The Lakers may be a little bit spent. They obviously had a big emotional game against Golden State. So this is a game that's in Phoenix.
Golden State, the Warriors.
They can sneak them.
Oh, they're
spent.
No, I'm cutting you off right now.
No, but
I'm cutting you off right now. They're spent.
I'm not saying they will.
Because they just played a tough emotional game against the Warriors, and the Warriors may not even make the playoffs tonight.
No.